of actually a much awaited section. I'd like to call upon, as I call upon, of course, the dignitaries. I would like to have Kushi and Captain Mukherjee to escort them to the dais. We do have Mr. Saurabh, the Pro Vice Chancellor, Ganpat University, to kindly be with us on stage. Professor Giriraj Tejra, the Dean of Maritime Studies, Ganpat University. Okay, I think that he's not come as well. And Professor Jitendra Rawat to kindly join us on stage. Thank you, sir. Over to Captain Mukherjee.
Can I also call Captain Sriprakash? Sriprakash sir, can you come up here on stage? Sriprakash sir is not is somebody everybody knows. Oh, so it's a surprise to me as well. So Miss Niti Pujara. So Pujari, yeah, she's a student in Ganpat. Please, can I have you here on stage as well? So this was my idea to Jitendra ji that, please sit. And Andrew, I take this from you, and you just now mentioned that people were standing with CEOs and MDs, and so I said, why should students not be a part of this on the stage with people who actually make it happen for seafarers? With everything that we do in the industry is for the seafarers. So it's very important that we know the views of the seafaring community. We're talking about Ganpat today, and we're talking about, this is a presentation where you can ask questions and what their commitment is towards learning and development. And here it is very important to have the end user on stage, right? So we thought having a cadet and a trainee and a person who's in the program talk about how being in the programs. Can I have a small video, please, Ganpat? So, how many of you have visited Ganpat University? Deepak sir is. But sports is a very huge part of maritime anyway. So, Sagar, are you playing this? Just a moment. Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, today in the next 10 minutes, we'll have Saurabh sir and also the think tank of Ganpat University. I'm going to ask them a few questions on their policies about training and what they are doing different to what the other people are doing in the industry also. So, right? So, Sagar? Okay, it's downloading. So can I have you back on stage and we start the discussion when it downloads? Okay, so my first question to Saurabh sir. A little bit of the evolution of Ganpat. A lot of people might not have visited Ganpat. A little bit about the history of Ganpat, how you came into maritime. Very short.
Hello. So we as an institute, we We were in the existence since 1996. Then we got a private university status in 2005. During the university's establishment, our that time Honorable Chief Minister Shri Narendra Modi has visited us and bestowed one of our vocation. And he gave us a reason that Gujarat being one of the largest coastal line, why not we have a maritime study facility available in Gujarat. So our president, Honorable President Ganpat Univ, lovingly we call him Dada, he said, sir, we are a landlocked. If we start here, there is always a challenge of having an access to the coastal. So Modi साहब ने हंसते हंसते बोल दिया, दादा आपका दिल तो दरिया है ना, कर देंगे.
I have taken that line from you, Dil Darya, that become my logo.
So then that becomes an inception point for us to look into the nation's requirement for having a world-class facility of maritime study and a committed academic institute which can impart quality education which industry requires. We started slowly and gradually, we got a DG Shipping's approval, and we started offering a program with the intake of 40. That's our first BTech in Maritime program. And then eventually we started building up the other programs into it. And now we could proudly say that whatever the skill is required by the industry, we have all the programs offered with a high-end instructor training programs, the equal industry representation with us. We have an infrastructure, we'll see into our aerial view. We have a full ship in campus. So that's
ship
our
in campus was a requirement for a long time, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So okay, I want to, sorry, I'm interrupting you here. I can't wait to ask her question. Yeah. So I want to go to Pujari. And I want to ask her, see,
yeah.
I'm very happy to have you on stage, right? Not many times that we have a TME or a cadet on stage. So welcome to the stage and welcome to Future Skills Maritime. आपको कैसा लग रहा है? How do you feel sitting with everybody else, and what do you feel about that?
It is my honor that I'm here. I just got a call in the morning.
Yeah.
You have to come here, so I like I came here. And
She just flew from Bombay. 11 o'clock. That Shama was not coming.
yes.
I asked her 11 o'clock that how will you able to come? How will you do the packing? She said, we are seafarers, sir. Our bags are always ready.
Now that you've signed on, yeah, please.
And before Ms. Pujari start, this is our answer to the Andrew and the other fellow colleagues here. We are committed to increase the women's presence in maritime study. We have started with one cadet from Gujarat, and now we have 17 cadets already studying BTech in maritime, and it's increasing.
Tell me about your experiences.
So, to be honest, we all know that there is 2% workforce at sea, women percent, and I'm damn sure there will be a hike in this percentage soon. And when I joined Ganpat University, there were just 8 girl cadets. And I'm proudly to say, as he said, and so said, there are 17 girl cadets now. And our aim is to have 50% boys and 50% girls in our university.
Why not 100% girls? Yeah, so tell me one thing, how did you choose this as a career? Just a small, normal question. I mean, why maritime?
Okay, so there are 2 incidents I'd like to share. One is my uncle, he was in Merchant Navy and he used to get me chocolates. So of course, going abroad, getting chocolates and all that stuff. So that was one kind of inspiration as a child. And second one was in 10th standard, in my 10th grade, I was in annual function as a naval officer. I got dressed up and all that get up and all. And my school people knew that I was acting. But as I went outside of the school, everybody was like, "Hey, dekho usko! Oh, look at her! At this young age, she's an officer. Learn something." So that was like, okay, this uniform has respect and all that dignity. I wanted to choose this career. I know it has some hardships, but I can do it.
Coming back to Jitendra sir, how do you have specific recruitment policies for girl cadets, or it's all the same?
Yeah, it's basically as per DG shipping requirement. It's has to be same for both. But for girls, what we are doing, we are promoting, just like now we had a seminar in mid of January, where we invited almost 600 girls, students from 11th and 12th, all across the cities of Ahmedabad, Mehsana, Surat, Gandhinagar, all the schools. We have visited more than 100 schools. Because our aim was to invite more than 1,000 girls. But you will be surprised, the PCM requirement by DG shipping is the girls, boys and girls who are coming, they should have PCM. So PCM, when we go to visit the schools, only 4 girls, 5 girls from one school. So we are committed
Did you just say that girls don't want to take PCM?
Usually they go for bio. Usually, what I saw, they go for like 40, 45 students for bio and 4, 5 for PCM. So it was very difficult, and we managed to invite almost 400, 500 girls, more than that, and we had the viewership of more than 2,000 students all across the India, and multiple social media footprints that we had. And for boys also, we are committed. That's why you asked why 50%, why not 100%? Because we want gender diversity, not biasing. We want gender diversity in the true sense. So for now, we have to support the girls because of the past we had the men-oriented stream. But after a certain level, we don't have to do that.
Sriprakash sir wants to say something here.
I just wanted to say, because we had gone to the Sainik schools also, where now the 100 Sainik schools have been opened in the past 1 year, and it has been started as a co-ed school, sir. Only in the Sainik school, only the boys were studying before, and now the Sainik school have the girls also from 2020 onwards. So we had gone there also to find out if they can participate in that. We have got the good results. It will depend upon the next admission, but the girls are now coming to our forte, and they'll be coming. And I can tell you with all certainties and with all confidence that this decade will be through the girls only. And we are training them as the mental wellness, what Andrew was talking about it. The mental wellness are far, far greater. They can do any job very perfectly. They require the skills. They do PT, they go to the welding machine, they go to the ship, they go to the bridge, they go for ship visit. They are doing exactly the same way as their boys are doing. In fact, much better than that, sir. So we are proud to have them.
So Pujari, I want to come back to you, and I mean, no, there's a challenge of being in a man's industry where everything is not according to what a girl might want. Is there any particular challenge that you, on a general tone, not any particular personal challenges, but on a general tone, is there any challenges that you think women face in the industry, especially in the training centers right now?
Right now we are facing few challenges. Previously there were a lot of challenges, but now I guess everybody is open-minded, and the thing is communication. Yes, that is the main thing. We cannot communicate easily. Like if there is a man on board, or even in my class, if I am having a problem, personal problem or anything, I wouldn't share it with him.
Why can't you share it with him?
Because it is there's always this thing that it is not always possible. Something about privacy and what others might think. So that is the only problem right now we are facing, according to me.
So sir, I would want to come back to Amitabh sir on this, because I know humongous kind of work that GE Shipping has done on women in maritime during his time. Is there, I remember Joshi madam once said that we in shipping corporation they always send 2 girls, not 1 girl. So is there any rule like that, or is it just industry practice? Can I have one microphone from DG sir, please, Amitabh sir? Is there any kind of convention, any rule, or is it just an industry practice?
No, I think it is largely industry practice. It is also a matter of convenience, maybe accommodation, bathroom, or things like that. It would be easier for them if they have 2. But as an industry, I don't think we should be restrictive. If one girl is also working, then we should not, take that job away because the second girl is not available. Over a period of time, of course, industry will require the specific requirements of having women on board. And the issues that are now there are not insurmountable. These are small issues that need to be resolved as and when we get more women on board. Those who are pioneers, they will feel some problems, teething troubles of working in a man's world. But as we see the numbers grow, all these issues will automatically get resolved.
Fantastic.
That's correct, sir. Because I want to add, last year when last year she had joined, she had some problem. As the number of girls started increasing and the boys also getting adapted to this. And this year, when one of 2023 came out of gender things, and we are practicing that. The matter is getting resolved. It is not a big issue. It is only a matter of adapting and acquiring and changing our perception that we can work. In fact, last year 4 girls candidates passed out from our institute. 2 are working on one ship and 1 is working with the Philippine girls on other ship. And they have been sending and they are in touch with our placement at Mr. Rawat. There is nothing they can do. They are doing far better than anything. Boys are also doing better, but girls are doing
I think the world is going to a stage where we will be on stage asking for diversity and inclusion on our behalf. We'll be really fighting for it. We have a diversity debate.
That is, the world is changing and we have to change our
World is not changing, world has changed, I think.
World has already changed. There is nothing where the girls are not there. In the Navy, Army, Air Force, everywhere there. Why not?
So, Dave sir, I want to come back to you with a specific question. We've been talking about, so girls in the industry, not only about diversity. What I want to ask you, and to everybody else, if you can think about this, we are on Future Skills right now in an event, and as a training institution, you have set guidelines. There is some guidelines from the DG, from the institutions, from regulations. But the future skills, the technology, so do you map the technology that is happening on board as we speak? How do you incorporate those technology in your training? Because you already have a set syllabus. Sir, I've been wondering about this because we have a set syllabus. And I was speaking to, 3 years back, I was speaking to IMS Goa. My book was in their syllabus. And I was, liaising with them to how to incorporate certain leadership workshops in there. And I was told that, sir, because we don't have time, because, the syllabus was so rigorous that there was no breathing time. But if you have any future skills and if you want to introduce any new courses, how do you plan to do that? Are you mapping the industry for new technology?
So, Shoukat, just to answer your question, Ganpat University is known for its unique model, which is industry within the university and university within the industry. So we have already a couple of center of excellencies of different industries housed within the university. And similarly, for certain industry problem where the industry cannot move to us, we as a micro university move to them and try to solve their problem, try to impart those skills among the industries required. So similarly, for maritime studies, we have started incorporating minor courses, which is like autonomous vehicle, the Internet of Things, artificial intelligence, inclusion of technology, equipping the seafarers with the latest and greatest technologies, laws, the disaster management skills. So those advancements we are already doing in our curriculum. Life skilling also we are doing it. We are also today fortunate that we have among us Captain Prashant Pillai. Captain, whenever he come offshore, he has a time to spend with the family. Rather spending a time with the family, he being a responsible, committed maritime persona, he come forward always and help our students with the latest and greatest requirement of the industry. He help us trying to bridge the gap, what exactly the academia should improve to to meet with the industry standards. So that's the efforts we could do it, and we are able to do it. We are open every 6 months. We revise our minor content of the syllabus, and that goes into the board of studies. Even if required, we can adopt a special audit courses, which is highly specialized. While I was talking to Andrew, we said we are too much of accommodative, that if you have any specific skill set required, we can immediately introduce into the short-term or an elective courses or an audit courses. So that's the openness, that's the kind of a broader vision we brought into academia. And I think that's the reason we found that our cadets are best fitted into the industry requirement. And if we look at the kind of skill set industry is looking forward, they have to spend a training before they on board. Our cadets, we get feedback that they are the most billable resources in terms of ready to work in the industry. That's
Right.
the credit.
Thank you. I will not take much time here, and again, we've got a chill break after this. So, and I would want to throw this to the audience. Sir. I want them to ask you questions. So, is there any questions which you can pose to the people on stage regarding Ganpat, regarding their training, regarding your visits? Probably he's invited me.
Shoukat, we would like to call upon Captain Prashant Pillai on the
Yes,
stage.
please.
He being a longest standing mentor of the institute. Since a decade he is helping, and we are requesting other fellow colleagues to also come forward and help us bridging this gap. That's the only best way we can quickly produce the best possible skills required to make the industry much better.
So, Captain is a marine pilot. He works offshore, and then he's a visiting faculty in Ganpat. So, any questions for them? Yes, Captain Prabhat Nigam.
Yeah, good afternoon. My name is Prabhat Nigam, and I represent Chitkara University. The question I put before you is, as Shoukat just now said, that there is a very rigorous curriculum which we have to follow, which is given by TG Shipping. It is in terms of the TEEP manual which we follow. In that, every semester is of around 17 weeks, 561 hours. When you say that you add these value-added courses in the curriculum, how do you manage that? Do you dilute these 561 hours, or you go beyond 5.5 days per week? How do you manage those BSc?
We go beyond 5.5 days.
Okay, so
We go beyond 5.5 days, and as we have 17 weeks are required for DG shipping, as per TAP manual, we require 17 weeks, but we have a semester of more than 22 weeks. So we use all those coming weeks and remaining hours.
Thank you.
No,
Thank you. We can take this in the outline during the
Just to add on
chat
here,
break.
we have also built up a few of the platforms wherein there is a facility of ease of doing, right? So since they are being on the campus full time, they can have their ease of learning approaches, adopting those tools and technology, and they can learn at their own, wherein there can be a one-to-one and one-to-many group sessions are getting organized. And since the pandemic, it has went beyond the horizons and beyond the limitations. So we should all look forward and start proposing kind of an approaches which is best fitted into the industry standard. One is the standard honorary defined, but on the other way there is a requirement. So we should put the students into the center and try to offer them as much as their potential is to grasp. They have a limitless potential, I tell you. If we handhold properly, they can go beyond the limitations.
Thank you. So we will take longer questions, maybe explanation we can take over chai. Any other specific questions to the Ganpat University think tank? Yes, sir. Dinesh Jairam. Yeah, can I have a mic in the audience, please? Yes. Microphone.
Thanks. So it's not a question actually. I wanted to share something about Ganpat University because I visited about 2 months back, and I was privileged to meet Ganpat Dada. And during the symposium, what Professor Jitendra mentioned, his message to all the guys there was for the girls to get out of the way. So when he was asked, what is your message to the men or the boys at sea? His message was to telling each one of them to get out of the way and let the women come and take over.
So I said 100% hoga hi. Matlab, it is just a matter of time. If you are telling guys to get out of the way, then there will only be girls, no?
We are getting GP rating girls, every batch we are getting 3 to 4 girls from GP rating. Now next batch also already 3 girls are already next January batch.
I see only the ladies are clapping here.
It is to woman power.
Okay, so yeah, so questions please. We'll take 2 more questions and then, yeah, please. Just introduce yourself for the audience, large audience, and then.
I'm Devesh Gautam from Thom India, Delhi office. So when we started our career, so we wanted to become like from cadet to chief engineer or captain. But now the retention rate is very less. So are you monitoring that for your cadets and all coming into the industry?
Yes, sir, definitely. Apart from the general, we know there are more than 100 institutes all across the India. But apart from the course curriculum, we are imparting them the value system, the holistic value system. We are imparting them, and we are training them to become a good human being first. And with the right attitude, whenever I take my first class, I used to say to all the students that a person's reliability and credibility is more important than the skill ability. Skills, learning is a lifelong process. Skills they can learn, they can update their skill level any time. But if a person is reliable, which I believe, I never change company for $100 or $200. So this is what I am imparting, we are imparting to the students also, that you retain to the shipping company, at least become the chief engineer there, those who are giving you the placement now.
But you see the trend, what is, it's not because $100 or $200, they are quitting the sea life. They come maybe just as a 4th engineer, 3rd engineer, 2nd officer.
At the moment, sir, we are in nascent stage, sir. We are monitoring the feedback from all our cadets. We are keeping a tab on that, sir, and we are closely monitoring them, sir. They have not yet.
That's it. But something for
we are keeping them, sir.
moving ashore also something to add.
But they have not. Nobody has left the sea carrier so far.
And recently, with we had a meeting with the DP World. Very good. They also showed the same concern. So we showed this is what sometimes industry has to tell us what to do, and sometimes we have to tell industry why students are shifting, why seafarer are shifting. So one of the reasons which we mentioned is whenever they need the vessel, they get the waiting time for that vessel. So revised salary, which industry is already increasing the salaries and reducing the waiting time, and now we have come up with one training as per DG shipping. We need a 6 months onboard training. So we have requested them that if that 6 months we can do on vessel. So at the younger age, they will be associated with the company. They feel the part of the company. So if they feel the part of the company, then the changing of that company is a bit less.
Right, so Jitendra ji, I'll stop you here and then we can continue with break because we are running 30 minutes for me. 30 minutes. So, hello, I lost my audio here, please. Yeah. So, what we do is we break for tea now and we come back and we continue the session. Don't go away after the break because we have a huge gala cocktail dinner. We've got lots and lots of surprises. Remember, always we are happening. This is not happening in Mumbai. This is happening in Goa. So I'm going to remind this, so just that you don't forget. So we have something. Please come back. But before, I just call upon Arun Mehta, Captain Arun Mehta, to speak about this. Yeah, Mumbai to speak. Hello.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear a huge round of applause for Ganpat University think tank. And as Mr. Arun Mehta will give away the token of appreciation. Thank you. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Ganpat University think tank. We will now break for a short, as we like to call it, chai break, and we can come back in 15 minutes.
So, before we get off stage, we would like to convey our heartiest gratitude to Amitabh Kumar Sahab. When we were a small baby crawling, he has helped us growing better and faster. Thank you, sir, for initially hand-holding us and continuing mentoring us. We would also like to thank our mentor, Prashant Pillai, for continuous support and mentoring. Our cadet, Ms. Pujara, for coming forward and sharing how we are changing the world through the education. And last but not least, all the associate here for putting in trust and hand-holding us. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Together, really, we can build up a strong maritime society. Thank you.